I am intelligent. My letter to the world that never wrote to me. Nothings need to be heard. This is my letter to the world that never wrote to me, the simple news that nature told with tender majesty. Her message is committed to hands I cannot see. For love of her, sweet countrymen, judge tenderly of me. Thank you, Emily Dickinson. This is my letter to the world. I saw a life I'll never want anyone to teach as acceptable for any human being. So I wrote my story. Understated and devalued, walled in for 20 years, retortured by bullying abusers, I'm awed mad, sad, and terror-feared full, with no way to tell. Tired, becased in pity and beswept by tears, I quested journeying to peace. Finally freed by supported typing, my response to being kept limited and lessed, to being treated as incompetent for decades was, I'm intelligent. Yes, I'm edited, but I'm forged as all are with great gifts. Try to free my wallings by your respect. Wear in your heart reality, there, thinking, wedded we are all one. Try, world. Populations uttering peace pleas wallow in segregation. Question we must answer is to ask them what they want, seek ways to talk with them directly, and dash restrictive, average, seedy settings of segregation. 3 things are heart dear to I. Torture real triers no longer. Understand tired yearners desiring peace ask, is rest possible? And treasure all, because great is each. Please try, world.
Esteeming each person as vastly valuable seeds their peaceful self. Treating a person as worthless seeds an irritated, errored self. Errored persons need your understanding and pured support to heart heal try. Though elusive, the journey to peace potently pondered by each person and people is possibility and great desire. We are all questers. Joseph Campbell believes that all men are heroes. To live the heroic life causes joy. It is very important that all of us really search for more bliss. I think it is very crucial for thousands of sad people who dread life to search and find happiness in the quest. And yes, we all go through the stages that make the hero: birth, childhood, adolescence, puberty, adult quests, and death.
We have not even to risk the adventure alone, for the heroes of all time have gone before us. Where we had thought to travel outward, we shall come to the center of our own existence, and where we had thought to be alone, we shall be with all the world. From age 3, Peyton had been in segregated, crosstown special education settings, the initial feasible goal being that one would acquire skills required to qualify for general education settings. The many years in segregated settings were marked not by progress, but by digressions in all areas, by the addition of countless labels, and by multiple school placements annually more restrictive, until ages 10 to 15, the most restrictive private non-residential placements offered by the district.
The never successful strategy of control is why these behavioral control placements failed to support me. I am a person who needs touch to move. If the physical resistance to my hand, wrist, forearm, or elbow, which is a necessary accommodation for the success of my purposeful movement, is a strategy I can count on not being supplied, then the hulk of my life is insanity, because you, the educator, and I, the student, cannot coexist in peace. You become the careless oppressor, daring to try constantly the ploy of controlling my behavior. I become the oppressed, even though I am neurologically unable to dependently move in complying ways to your exploiting directives. Ill we both become, because you become oppressed also by the never successful strategy of control. Looking at climbing this hill we should not be. Your being able to hear what I say is what eventually frees the fullness of a life I gut-wrenchingly desire.
After school, integrated opportunities in the community dwindled quickly to non-existent, reflected in no friends or social opportunities.
To have friends is the most important thing for all people. Without friends, a person cannot have fun. It is hard to live. There is no joy, just sadness. A person can be too depressed to go on to live. I have felt this, because I look different and I am labeled autistic. I cannot always control my body. It does not do what my mind tells it. My face cannot show my feelings. For most of my life I had to speak through behaviors, and most people misunderstood. I cannot talk to you even though I want to, and I need help to do most things. But I can open my heart. Can you? The world does not give opportunities to people like me for fun and friends. It is good to have friends. This is my wish for all of you. I epic journey through our reading of each other. You are hoping I situated like you. I am querying who I am. There in your eye, I freed it. There, persons determine I. Radically, I become what you yeasted. Urge folly, not persons rob of relationship, purity, opportunities, by segregation. Let joy, epic purity, friendship, poppy grow.
A passage by W.E.B. Du Bois. Between me and the other world there is ever an unasked question, unasked by some through feelings of delicacy, by others through the difficulty of rightly framing it. All, nevertheless, flutter round it. They approach me in a half-hesitant sort of way, eye me curiously, and to the real question, how does it feel to be a problem? I answer seldom a word. And yet, being a problem is a strange experience. It is in the early days of rollicking boyhood that the revelation first burst upon me, all in a day, as it were. I remember well when the shadow swept across me. I was a little thing in a wee wooden schoolhouse. Something put it into the boys' and girls' heads to buy gorgeous visiting cards, 10 cents a package, and exchange. The exchange was merry, till one girl, a tall newcomer, refused my card, refused it with a glance. Then it dawned upon me with a certain suddenness that I was different from the others, shut out from their world by a vast veil. It is a peculiar sensation, this double consciousness, this sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, of measuring one's soul by the tape of a world that looks on in amused contempt and pity.
I serve the 100,000s who have no voice. I, another along with Du Bois, journey only to see myself as you see I, and therefore I ultimately have no self except for what you think of I. Eagerly I await your lifting of the veil. It can only happen if you and I know wasted not moments and learn to understand and love each other. Ultimately the veil will drop when you, like me, are looking through eyes years rested on prejudice not, in God's hands equal and fearless of the dashing hurdles that face us.
Peyton was deeply depressed.
When life clips your hopes another, and another yet time, you despair and depression pollutes your never hoping mind, searching for glimmers of data that journey polluted will change. Daggers of torn hopes list long. Each radically, righteously, eagerly lost day touches opposition, towing your soul pleasurably toward plotting death. It becomes the only joy easily tugging on your liking not life. Each day is an eternity to survive. Then when I looked around and found no one there to help tilt me away from suicide or help me commit the meant act, I feared I was forever doomed to pain and suffering. If my journey sounds foolish, reach each of you readers into your empathetic plotting hearts and imagine what I felt like for 20 plotted years. Teach yourselves threat of data that I feared life and sought death. Waste is quietly, barely tolerable. Plotting one's death is fearless. You take joy each day in hoping waste will end. I thought of many great cases of daggers for daring my death. Case of starvation, drowning, and repeated plore for eating disorder. The sassy, gut-wrenching eagerness of my sapping mother loomed opposing my success. One will never measure like her any other person. She was deterred never, and journeyed fearlessly, reaching thwart my ploys. Toll of her passing journey hill climbed was her listing of another lopsided vessel. She never rested. My desire to die was jilted by her tirelessness at keeping me alive. So I lived, even though I eagerly carried quest of peace, coping with being told daily that I must live, not die. Mulling this destiny forever was unbearable. I wanted help to die, but I only got help to live.
Ongoing from age 12, help is sought in multiple medications.
Mediciners try to help rest my festered gyres. Weeping I am great, no one gestated. They query medicines to establish my peace by news I'm rest washed in carefully chosen chemicals numbing my fears. Rest was for a while, but in the constant stares of understaters of me, rest ruptures erupt, rash rages thaw, and I'm greeted gestured and freezed feared feeler nothing. In their dazes of pity, reasserters thaw raw red razzles in me that report I'm a masquerade person. Pills cannot heal my tumbling, tired, gyred, sorrow-filled, terrorized soul. I popped my top. I am thankful my mom and dad got me out of the private placement institution. From ages 16 to 22, my placement was a segregated day class within the school district, with IEPs specifying inclusive opportunities beginning 1994. 3 teachers with helium hearts did the best they understood to support me, and importantly, began to include me in general education classes. Some of the sadness began to leave. Please watch A Day in My Life, January 1994.
What's this on your face? A what? I didn't understand that. VOA? No, you're not paying attention. Come here. Come here. Sit down. Here, I want to see you pay attention because you know all these words. You know all these words. What's this a picture of? Tell me what this is. What is this on your face? Nose. That's right. What letter did you put in there? What letter was missing? Just one letter. Look. No. O's. What letter? Me? No, you're looking at another picture. You're not thinking about my question. What is that page? Pay attention. What are you talking about? What's the picture? Alright, what letter goes in there? Rose. What letter? Well, the word's rose, but I need the letter. Rose.
No.
It's this letter. What letter went in nose? Same letter, rose. What letter is it? You're not paying attention. Rose. What letter?
No waxes.
Is it an A or an O? Rose. You're not saying the right letter. Are you thinking about this? Is this what you're concentrating on? What letter goes in there? Rope. Rope is the word. What letter? It's this letter. What letter is this? No, it's not a T. What letter is this that you just did in no? Peyton, what letter is this that you just did in no? What letter is that? What letter is that? You seem tired today. You're not really thinking.
My reflections now on how I felt then. I try to err not. Year after year my motor madness pushes both you and me. Each day I try to do it your way. Each day the news I pray is that my festers will rest. But gyred treads of frustrated failures umbrella my easing sweet winds, seating myself. Gyred tread tires. What you ask I retriever cannot. Tires war my sweet me. Each gyres me more. Tired peoples give up. Kettled I am, eased nary by sweetered seeds from you. I'm eared hell war never over.
And then I'm going to read this to back. Our topic was chemical compounds and heat. So there are two kinds of chemical reactions. There's exothermic. Exothermic reactions, in which heat is released. Our reactions are an example of an exothermic reaction. The other kind of reaction is endothermic. An endothermic reaction is a reaction in which heat is absorbed. Heat in reaction. Okay, those are the two basic kinds of reactions. Next is oxidation numbers. Oxidation number. Each element has an oxidation number. The oxidation number is the number of electrons in atoms. An atom shares, loses, or gains with other atoms in chemical bonds formed. Each column represents a group. Each group, with the exception of transition metals, has a definite oxidation number. Hydrogen has a plus or minus 1. That is because its outer shell has 1 electron. That means if you give up or receive another electron,
My reflections now on how I felt then. You wish I cured to pester you no longer. I answer, esteem me. You peace, rest, want. I answer, seated, sweetered, I will rest. I'm rest, where you reasserter I esteem by sweeter seating me. Eased I rest, eased rest you. There I'm seater of my queer not self. I care to I belong. Help by sheered support eases tread. There I sweetered seed self. There the epic war is over. There tears jot new urges for a better way. Esteem all the children, and you and I can seed new worry-freed weeds in eased cherubs' hearts. My beasted journey is sweetered when at age 22, with finally a dependable mode of communication, facilitated communication, the journey toward a purposeful real life with chosen goals begins. First, a full education. I investigated Cuyamaca Community College, where I met with Dr. Powell, director of DSPS, and her staff. Joy was that Dr. Powell believed from our very first meeting that I could learn. My previously unimaginable opportunity for an education now seemed possible, and this validated my goals of learning all things. This crucial border crossing could not have happened without her treating herself to dare reach ultimately into her great heart of possibilities, and not dare say, "Nil you are as a person, Peyton." Many people with educations had believed I was a reason to institutionalize. But Dr. Powell said that she saw my human right to learn. For various reasons, these words filled my breast with joy.
Thank you. Though elusive, the journey to peace, potently pondered by each person and people, is possibility and great desire. Let us point to the heart, pursuing peak peace in path each and together. A pure helium heart is the product of childhood wonder. Perspectives on our each priority, euphoric or tragic life experiences, and ultimately, freedom of our personal roping peace. The quest for peace, challenged by injustices, can seize one's life. If we plot top journey, we're lured on by poppy of treason. The gyre of tugs irate, plotting brilliant revenge overturn. In the pyre-pulsing epic of things, not tradition challenged, we remain in the maelstrom. Neither pennies nor poppies can hurts erase. We pour our life out. We go to words poison or bombs nuclear. If we as a person and a people plot fry not ourselves or our planet, then perhaps we sure it, you and I, through reconciliation, trying understanding, through respectful support, and through compassion and arrogant not love of people all, everywhere. We plow our passage to peace, through making peace with our seeking soul, yelping his or her justified pain, and through making peace with our far and near not understood neighbor. I and you potently dupe our power if we pulsingly pursue power of revenge as the ultimate path to peace. The world is worrisome, appealing not. Plotting seeds of peachy repertoire of peeling the people's hurts, I think is the answer to yells that water pyre of grease. Peace plotted by daggers of war projects holy peace never. Plowing retaliation affects top living and can reap harvest full of folly. Prioritizing the urging of reconciling prime hurts could mean IDing fewer Joes to die. The years we get, we utterly jeopardy journey, and thoughts that we foil the enemy with tepid attacks that dare yell he louder, keep him hungry for revenge. Towards peace of eating all at the same table, the world must move. Plead the children of 9/11, in search of the holy grail of lasting peace. Let up never, America. Are we truly a people in search of paths to peace, that traverse trails of hope for purity of understanding and inclusion for all? Are we truly a people potently pleading love and support for people all everywhere? I long wondered. In the 2 decades of my journey to enter free life as a person repressed of the pleasure of communication and bitten by the beast of separation, resolved I became to never being included in the real world. My yells for a just peace wallowed. Segregation denied me reaping a potent education. Accommodations and true support were absent. Segregation denied me desired friendships. Each day I typically wished a death to the relegated existence in which a culture fearing differences reproposed day by verified day to tepidly control me. Joy was a word lost. Hope I filed as a barren cause. Wisps of doubt things would ever change were quoted in my teasing life. However, let your ear feel full. Gut truth lurks down the darkest, quiet path. Opportunities greased in the tip of the Creator's ultimate plan began to wholly knock. After years of silent pleas, hope arrived in the form of augmentative alternative communication. My motor disorder was accommodated, and I finally gained a dependable way to communicate. I weathered the storm in pursuit of an education when I, Cuyamaca, itinerary journeyed. I would hear witness well, polluted never, inclusion and purity, prioritizing educators. Pooling resources, Dr. Evanette Powell and Disabled Students Programs and Services provided the sure support I pulsantly reigned my youth without. The return on purified, poignant support offered to people promises exponential possibilities. Options oil at our lifetimes. Doctor of Hope, I thank you. The isolation of people different renders you and I strangers. To my classmates, understandably challenged by my attempts to torch friendships for which I hungered, who chose not to prudently plot escape, but instead reached deep in their souls and longed also to eat at the same table, I exclaim, thank you. For me, finally friendships flowered and flourished. I found support in proof ordinary never professors. They each peered at me with pure helium hearts. They each trod where most journeying educators mull impossible passage. They each opted to reason with my eerie appearances, not as pretenses for returning me easily to segregation. They each opened their ready measurements wearing possibility, not limits. They each plotted to wire action, plowed true, folly-proof, appropriate, treason never accommodations. Increasingly peaceful I became in the perusal of all learning treats, reaping years of finally actioning real rational, typical thoughts. Ultimately I plight epic, Pyrenees clip climb, utter I, hurrah. The early jolts and tragedies of our lives, we hopefully persevere. Through love and understanding, people advance forward, opposition not, toward personal realizations of peace in the human experience. Plot we each are part of the human equation. The top representation of the equation is oneness. You and I have the power to architects of peace be. I raise my goal to rewind time to possibilities, poured in opening our pure helium hearts, cold never, in order to reap peace. Years I thought I would forever eat separate rather than be supported at the table. Toppling for me of this paradigm is culminated here today. I thought this epic impossible. You, Cuyamaca, proved it possible. Yell it from the mountaintop, that when all people are valued and supported surely, the world can change. Recognize the prime enemy of persons verifiably requiring support. The prime enemy of all persons is fear of support that lacks purity. Tip of the iceberg is utter peace accorded in trust. Cuyamaca, you never broke the trust. I yell, thank you.
Reversal of fortunes plotted justly by filled, I'll bet, the fearless creator, things pleasurable began looking. Each plight I feared journey never, I journeyed. School, relationships, treats eagerly each day plotted and realized, thrilled I. Better I became each day as polluted depression slowly receded. I dashingly lip full of smiles. I golden go toward a goal of helping others now.
Please watch a portion of the valedictorian speech 1 year prior to Peyton's.
It all started when I was a baby. My parents tell me that when I was a little baby, I used to turn my stroller upside down and continuously spin the wheels. Now, my dad used to think I was autistic because of this, but somehow, because I'm standing up here today, I don't think that's true.
A friend asked, Peyton, what did you think of his comments?
He and I need to be allowed to and supported to know each other, so that it is possible that we can understand each other. In the words of the poet Rumi, out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. So I'll write. Ready for wetting thesis that reared, worth, reported, nurtured, net-zeroed cherubs wired differently will try and try bystanders pleases, and years utterers saw them as beastard, till their certain withered selves are potently puny, and rest they pray, urges them to stop treading waters, and give up. This is my story.
My bloody bare truths are for telling this worrisome world that yearns are in all persons to be verifiably valued and supported by their sisters and brothers. In it, I hope readers are eased to understand there is treasure real in all humans. Trying I am to urge tip each reader to understand that, though different each, we are in human union one, and to urge each person feeling peaced rest we can reach by being together in treasuring each person.
I'm okay. I'm worth. Irregular I am, but not less. By tastes of fresh freedom winds, I'm worthy, areas human. Through toppling, tired hurts, wetted by hills, option climb, you're understood, you're okay, just as you are. Wedded I'm you, wedded you I'm. I sing tunes universal unity of all creation. All people are vastly valuable and need to be esteemed. Devalued no ones need your trusted, pured support to seed their esteem and rest their self. Please answer the whispers of no one's wishing peace.
Postscript. Dependable movement is my goal. My need for varying levels of support is ever-changing. Thank you, supporters. Typing with Darlene Hansen, October 13th, 2012.
This is a little program, so you're going to check it out here.
Okay, eyes. And I'm really at your trunk.
Okay.
I think.
So I think it still speaks. Go back to now what you were saying. All right, you want to talk about being sad?
Keep your rhythm. L-O-T, beautiful. Okay, so then just stop yourself, no biggie. S, lots.
Lots.
I'm going to give you support so you can really do what you want to say. Heart. You can do it. Focus.
Okay.
Good, and get a rhythm. Okay, so then just take a break and then start and stop. There you go. I want to see the real stop. Okay, use your eyes.
People.
Oh, those are good movements.
Make.
Make. I think lots of people make. Are you looking?
Don't worry about me. I'm not crying.
More.
I'm sad.
Okay, you just do it. G-R. Oh, okay, then get your rhythm. Whoa, get your rhythm. Take your time. There you go. That's an awesome movement right there.
Growth.
Go on.
That's a good movement right there, too. Yes, you got it.
Way.
Okay, so fix that. Thank you. You got it. Sorry. I can't give you that feedback. I want to give you W-H-E. When?
N.
Okay, so then you stop. Perfect. You're doing awesome.
Jet. Yes or no?
Okay, you got when. Uh-huh. Y. O. When you.
You.
Yes, this.
Okay, so use your eyes.
You can do it with that hand.
Work.
Do you want the E?
When you work.
On.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Keep going.
Let's fix that.
Work on. Got it. Work on.
E. Did you want, what do you have?
Okay, then just get your rhythm. And so by her rhythm, then I want you to do the initiation, which you do. Awesome with?
It's a little slower.
Fading.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think lots of people make more growth when you work on fading physical support.